All right, let's dive into a question that's been debated around campfires and on internet forums for ages. It's the ultimate showdown, right? The absolute peak of human athletic power versus the pinnacle of raw animal strength. We're going to settle it today. So, here it is, the big question. Could Mike Tyson, in his prime, actually knock out a silverback gorilla? I mean, we're talking about Iron Mike, one of the most ferocious punchers to ever step into a ring. On the surface, it seems like a simple question. But believe me, the answer is this fascinating collision of pure power and evolutionary design.
Okay, so to figure this out, let's start with the case for Tyson. We have to look at the human challenger first. And remember, we're not talking about just any person. We're talking about Mike Tyson at the absolute peak of his powers, a guy whose strength was, the stuff of legend.
So what kind of force are we actually dealing with here? Well, scientists and boxing experts figure that a punch from a prime Mike Tyson could deliver a force of 800 kilograms. Just let that sink in for a second. 800 kilos. That is a truly mind-boggling amount of power for a human being to generate.
And to put that 800 kilograms into perspective, it's not just about hitting another person. We're talking about enough raw kinetic energy to literally snap a television set in half. So yeah, Tyson is bringing some serious, world-breaking power to this fight. But the real question is it enough? All right, now let's go to the other side of the ring and talk about the gorilla's secret weapon. See, it isn't just bringing brute strength to the table. No, its real advantage, its ace in the hole, is its biology. This animal is a biomechanical marvel, shaped by millions of years of evolution.
And this is where it gets really interesting. A human skull is, well, it's pretty thin, right? We have less muscle density around it. A gorilla, on the other hand, is a whole different story. Its skull is way, way thicker, and it's wrapped in these incredibly dense muscles. Plus, it has something called a sagittal crest, that prominent ridge of bone on top, which acts as an anchor for its massive jaw muscles, giving it even more protection. It's just built on a completely different level.
So you can think of it like this. A gorilla's head isn't just a head. It's an evolutionary battering ram. It is designed specifically to withstand the kind of massive impacts that come from fighting other gorillas. And the forces in those fights can far exceed what any human punch can deliver. So we've seen Tyson's incredible power and the gorilla's incredible defense. What happens when that unstoppable force meets this immovable object? Well, it's time for the scientific verdict. Let's look at the moment of impact.
Let's break this down step by step. First, the punch. Tyson lands that perfect 800-kilogram shot right on the gorilla skull. The impact connects. So what's the result? For the human, it's catastrophic. The small, complex bones of the hand simply can't withstand hitting an object that dense. They would shatter. And the gorilla? Its specialized skull absorbs and dissipates the force. It would be unfazed, maybe just annoyed.
And this quote from the analysis really sums it all up perfectly. It's not a matter of toughness or willpower, it's pure physics and biology. Tyson's hand would break, and the gorilla, protected by its evolutionary armor, likely wouldn't even flinch.
So the paradox is solved, but it kind of leaves you with a bigger question, doesn't it? When we pit human specialization, our intelligence, our tool use, against animal specialization, which is often just raw physical design, can it ever truly be a fair fight? It makes you think about where our real power lies, and where it decidedly does not.